Hi and welcome to meshcloud. With me today is Björn. My name is Wolf and we're going to talk about a hot topic today, platform engineering and internal platforms. To get started, let's talk about platform engineering, what it is. Basically, from a definition, it's designing and maintaining internal platforms, and it's especially relevant in companies that use cloud platforms to build their applications on. And the platform that is built by platform engineers, the internal platform, is a collection of capabilities that can be provided to all the application teams in the organization.
Yeah, it's definitely, as you mentioned it in the beginning, a hot topic. We see also in the Gartner's hype cycle for engineering, beside all the fancy things like AI, coding, and so on. We have platform engineering with all these things like building internal platforms and developer portals. And it's also, speaking about Gartner, expected or predicted until 2026 that around 80% of all software developing or engineering organizations will build platform teams. And this is the reason why we are speaking about this today, and apologies for this, but I would like to go a little bit also further back, because I think we can't speak about platform engineering without speaking about DevOps, the strengths and maybe also the weaknesses of DevOps.
It definitely helps to see where it comes from, the platform engineering hype right now, and
Absolutely.
we're coming from DevOps.
Definitely. Yeah. And also the services or the capabilities that platform provides are basically an evolvement of what we have seen from DevOps, making DevOps in a certain way better. May I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Can you remember what you did in 2006?
In 2006, I still went to school, and I don't think I had much to do with software development, to be honest.
Okay. I went to university already. I did only a little bit programming, a little bit Borland, Delphi, if you remember it. And my point is, this time was really way different in terms of how software not only got developed, also how it got deployed. And it was also in 2006 when Werner Vogels, he was CTO at Amazon. He said a very popular thing, and I guess many people hate this, you build it, you run it. We're speaking about DevOps, and what he had in mind was basically giving developers more responsibilities when it comes to infrastructure, because Amazon saw that it makes in the end the product better and increases customer satisfaction. And then from 2007 the whole DevOps movement kicked in with all the DevOps lifecycle when it comes to writing the code, testing code, deploying it, but also maintaining it, giving feedback, and all these responsibilities suddenly were brought to the developers. And we also see that since this time there's a whole explosion of DevOps tools. And as you can imagine, junior developers, they are happy if they can write their Python code or some JavaScript or C# or something like this. And suddenly they also need to learn Terraform and these kind of things. So we all can imagine the whole DevOps process is quite nice when it comes to ensure product quality, but it doesn't scale really well. And this is also the reason why we are speaking about platform engineering, or the benefits of platform engineering today.
Yeah, as opposed to DevOps. I mean, it makes intuitive sense that an end-to-end responsibility for the product you're developing, including the operations basically, leads to a better product.
Yeah.
But like you said, it has scaling issues. And when we talk about platform engineering now, it addresses exactly that. Like we talked about cognitive load, or when we talked about this earlier,
Yeah, we spoke about this before. I think one value of platform engineering is definitely it reduces the cognitive load of the product teams, and it does it by centralizing certain tools and certain capabilities. This is one part. Another part is also that product development gets accelerated thanks to platform engineering by reusing shared platform tools and knowledge. We speak here about also self-service. We speak about reusing or having certain templates in place, using code scaffolding and so on. So the whole infrastructure part gets much more easy to consume for the application teams.
Yeah, so it's again like a stronger, or it enables a stronger focus on the dev part for the developers, that they can concentrate on their application that they're developing and not so much on building the whole and operating the whole infrastructure it needs to run on. If you do this, like enabling them to focus, the application teams to focus more on development, then of course you need platform engineers or specialists in platform engineering that focus on the other part, and that leads to better quality there, increased reliability and resilience on that part, and also increased security and compliance standards, basically, because they can implement this for all of the application teams, and it doesn't, like, all these standards don't have to be integrated by each application team over and over again.
Definitely. By reusing things, by reusing codes and having standards in place, also like in the end, like having a certain surface, maybe having a developer portal from where you can get and consume your services, the services you need in self-service maybe. And this is definitely also a big plus for security if these things are basically checked, and you can ensure the platform team or the CISO can ensure there's a good quality.
Yeah, we talk about the platform engineering part right now, but like with the benefits of that we talk about, we're like, this leads to their product, or the product of platform engineering, the internal platforms themselves. And again, like, as opposed to DevOps, the big thing about an internal platform is that it separates the supporting capabilities that are needed for creating and running and operating applications from the application logic itself. So that's basically the dev part. The application teams can focus on the application logic, and the supporting capabilities are provided by the internal platform for all of the application teams.
Definitely. I mean, the internal platform itself provides all these different capabilities, and then you have certain, let's call it maybe modules or tools like developer portals, making all these nice capabilities accessible. And speaking about making a platform successful, I think another very important part, if you consider having an internal platform, is, and I mentioned it before, having a developer portal or providing in some sort consistent user interface to also give to increase the user experience, or the so-called DevX, developer experience. So basically having an interface, a consistent interface where developers, where the application teams can consume the services they need, and can need to focus less on writing some infrastructure code. And the other part, as mentioned, are the self-service capabilities. Without self-service, you have, say, for example, a data scientist. He needs a data science workbench Before he can start coding, before he can do his machine learning stuff, he needs to go to the infrastructure manager or the platform team and ask, hey, can you help me with this? Or basically he sends tickets, and these platforms, if you automate things, they can provide this all in self-service, and everybody can autonomously request and receive the capabilities they need. This is very important.
Yeah, and of course, like with the self-service comes the automated guardrails to like not let everybody do everything. That I think it's a big fear, like attached to the self-service part. Yeah. Now all the developers can book everything, but like in a mature internal platform, of course, that's it's all within predefined limits, basically. They can move in. And if you talk about, like you talked about the developer experience, and that implies, I think, that another success criteria for an internal platform, that means treating the internal platform as a product that you offer in your organization. So you have to focus really on customer success and customer satisfaction to actually make the platform a success in the organization.
Speaking about success, so we have talked now about the challenges, we've talked about the benefits, also a little bit about DevOps history. I think an important part here is also speaking about in the end, about measuring platform success. This is really important, because if you have a platform, you need continuously improve the platform. And you can only do this by measuring the right things and optimize the right things. And you've talked about, you've mentioned we have our platform team, we have our internal customers. The first thing we want to measure is maybe user satisfaction, because we want to drive platform adoption. We want the developers are using the platforms in the correct way. We also want to measure productivity, because we are producing software, but we also want to measure, let's say, the productivity improvements that the platform provides. And last but not least, also the impact on delivery timelines. There are certain frameworks, as you know, to measure platform performance. One is the SPACE framework. I think it's from a collaboration between Microsoft, GitHub, and the university. I think it was the University of Victoria in Canada, but I'm not 100% sure. And basically here you're measuring 5 different metrics. Very important is here the well-being or the satisfaction of your developers, but also velocity and productivity when it comes to getting your things done and doing software development. A bit more famous framework comes from the DevOps assessment and research DORA team, so the DORA metrics. And here we are measuring things like deployment frequency, lead time for changes, change failure rate, and also time to restore certain services. This is a DevOps. These are DevOps metrics, but they are all about software delivery performance. This is exactly what we want to do with our platform. We want to deliver software faster. So in the end, it's all about measuring, let's say, velocity and stability.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, in preparation for this video, I saw that we actually have an older video on the DORA metrics. And you can have a look at it. It's linked in the description. It's a little bit older, but like Björn said, it comes from DevOps, but is applicable to measuring platform success as well.
I remember it. I think our CEO was sitting on a rocket, right? You have to watch it. It's quite fun and helpful.
Yeah.
We talked about metrics.
Yeah, but for the metrics, I want to add,
Sure.
like, to get back to challenges, because we've talked a lot about benefits right now. You measure this to get leadership on board for this platform. You might be convinced yourself that the platform is what you need in your organization, but you need leadership on board to make it a success for sure. And in the end, it is of course about like the technical finesse of the platform and everything, but to really call it a success, it has to deliver business value, your platform.
Absolutely.
And that's like the faster development timelines and so on. All of that is something that you should measure, and that helps you get leadership on board with why you need an internal platform. And because it's quite a change to go from DevOps to an internal platform. On the other hand, the application teams, from like a platform engineering standpoint, you might think, wow, they must like come running to use the platform. But we see that with in the market that it's not always the case. It's a challenge to drive adoption of a platform.
This is the reason why you need to have a very good developer experience, and why you need to measure developer experience. They need to use it. But you mentioned something important now after speaking about challenges and the benefits, and also the part where you start to measure platform success. You also need to consider having who are the stakeholders. And who is in the end responsible for the platform? Yeah, I mean, the platform team, everything starts, right?
Yeah, we talked about leadership. We talked about the application teams, and the core team that is concerned with maintaining and developing the platform is the platform team. Yeah, and that's basically where all the platform engineering expertise is centralized, and they have to maintain, develop, and also market their platform internally. Yeah. So we need to talk about this again. It's the developer experience. It needs to look appealing. It needs to feel good for the developers. Yeah. It needs to really provide value for them, so they feel the need to move away from how they've been doing things, because you won't get them convinced by, I don't know, some business metrics or whatever. It really has to make developing applications better. And that's basically the big task of the platform team.
Yeah, it's important to get really the things right from the beginning on, and understand also your organization and the capabilities you need. And I'm really happy that we didn't speak about any software today, the field of internal platforms or developer portals like Backstage or Meshstack. We also didn't speak about infrastructure as code and Terraform, and how to choose the right CI/CD or orchestration tool. It's really important to get the capabilities you need from the beginning on right, and maybe that's the first step in this field.
Yeah, it's like it's a mindset thing basically, that you need to get right before you get in all the details of how to do it. Yeah. Exactly. So I think like the two things to take away from this video is first, that internal platforms are key to business success of organizations that utilize the cloud and cloud platforms for building their applications.
Yeah, for all cloud native organizations, this makes sense, who have a certain size. Yeah.
Because the internal platform helps reduce all the cloud complexity in a way that makes it actually usable in a focused way for their application teams. Yeah. And the second thing you should take away is that you should treat your internal platform as a product.
Definitely.
So market the product, focus on user experience, and that will in the end decide whether the platform will get adopted in the organization or not.
Yeah.
All right. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and then we'll see each other in the next video.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.